I am going to show you for the first time the exclusive pictures that I have just obtained capturing a potentially major defect in a Rivian R1T truck. This could be a sign of a bigger issue that could result in injuries or worse and trigger a devastating setback for Rivian, a brand that has already suffered from multiple self-inflicting setbacks this year alone. And we're going to start right now. Welcome to E4 Electric. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you don't miss anything moving forward. Let me be very honest. I am tired of reporting nothing but bad news, mainly avoidable bad news, about the brand that I have supported and liked for years. From the start of this year, I have reported on Rivian's delivery and manufacturing issues, the embarrassing price increase scandal that they had to walk back with an apology, their loss of an important partnership with Ford, an attempt to intimidate a member of the media, which I witnessed firsthand. And guess what I was working on before I got a hold of this story? I was actually working on another story based on complaints from multiple reservation holders that Rivian is prioritizing influencers and people with personal connections to the top executives, including the CEO RJ Scaringe, over early reservation holders who are still waiting for their vehicles. Which, if true, would be another slap in the face to those who have supported the brand early on and still have nothing to show for it but a cash deposit check from Rivian. I personally know someone who got pushed in front of the line because she told me she had personal connections. And you don't need me to figure out why all these social media influencers have magically gotten their trucks ahead of almost, well, everyone. Now, while I was researching that story, I got a message from a new Rivian owner claiming an issue that could be a major safety risk to all current and future R1T owners if this is a design or a manufacturing issue. As a matter of fact, if I was an owner right now, I probably would refrain from driving the truck until this has been looked into. Now, let me be very clear that the source of the images that I am just about to show you is a Rivian customer who I have been in touch for a while, even from before he became the owner, and I do believe that the images are authentic. With that said, I have not discovered any other instances of this happening so far in another Rivian vehicle, and I hope that this is something that Rivian and hopefully NHTSA looks into to protect the safety of Rivian customers, which at the end of the day should be the #1 priority for everyone. Another thing that you should know about is that normally I, much like any other journalist, would reach out to a brand and ask them for their side of the story. That's why each brand, well, except for Tesla, has a PR department. However, when it comes to Rivian, their PR department made it pretty clear to me that they were only interested in granting me, which really means you, my audience, the access to the events, media drives, and the CEO, as long as I was covering their brand in the positive way. And it appears that as soon as they realized I wasn't going to do that, all of the communication and the access has been cut off. Now, I personally don't really see why would a brand have a PR department if they're not going to address the tough issues with the media. It's kind of like being a security guard at a mall and like giving the directions to the Foot Locker, but completely ignoring a bunch of teenagers shoplifting there right in front of your eyes. You kind of have to do the tough part of your job too. Now, let me show you the images that I got from the Rivian owner last week and what those can mean for the brand. But before that, a quick reminder that this video is brought to you by Flaw. If you're looking for one of the most elegant designs for your home charger, the Flaw Home X5 was made for you. Featuring beautiful, sturdy 100% aluminum casing. Get your exclusive $150 discount in the description of this video. And by NeoCharge, you can charge 2 cars at the same time without spending a ton of money on rewiring your home. All you need is the smart splitter from NeoCharge. Get yours today and use the discount code in the description of this video. These are the images of an accelerator pedal, which per my source, a Rivian customer has broken off after the rubber sole of the shoe caught the pedal. As you can see, the plastic housing that the little spring goes into split in half. This is a huge problem, if you ask me. Luckily, the vehicle wasn't in motion, but if it was, this could have resulted in a potentially fatal accident in certain circumstances. This is what the pedal looks like when it is in its intended place. I took this picture in another R1T that I got a hold of, despite Rivian's PR team cutting my access off to any media vehicle. Needless to say that this should be taken very, very seriously by Rivian and hopefully Nissan. I can only hope that this is a one-time fluke, a single faulty part that's not a design flaw. But if it is, this would highlight a staggering failure of Rivian's manufacturing design and quality assurance process. Now, the good news is that Rivian now has a new COO to oversee the production moving forward. He comes from Magna and should provide excellent leadership to hopefully get Rivian out of what has so far been the production hell, the Rivian Remix. Out on vinyl soon. The guy who was in charge of production at Rivian is no longer there, which is a good news, since he previously was part of the production team at Tesla, which we now know has resulted in one of the worst quality of vehicle manufacturing in the recent history. Lastly, let me address another issue before I read about it in the comment section of this video. If you see anybody defending Rivian from the manufacturing standpoint, please ask yourself, do they have any connections, signed NDAs, or money invested in the brand? That's all I'm asking. But at the end of the day, I really hope that Rivian does the right thing, investigates this promptly, spares no expense or time, and fixes this if there is indeed a problem. Now, as I said before, I really hope that this is just a one-off fluke. But you've seen now the same images that I have, and, well, you be the judge, okay? Looking forward to all of your comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.